Have you ever dreamed of traveling to space? Many space tourism companies are now competing over the final frontier. Their continuing mission to explore strange new worlds. But before you book a space vacation, we're going to find out if your body could handle a year in microgravity. This is Your Body On, spending 1 year in space. Russian cosmonaut Valeri Vladimirovich Polyakov stayed 437 days aboard the Mir space station between 1994 and 1995. It's the longest continuous time someone has spent in space. But for this challenge, we'll have you stay at the International Space Station. After a year of rigorous training, from flying on the KC-135 Vomit Comet to practicing spacewalks underwater in the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, you are finally ready for launch. Fasten your seat harness, and off you go! After about 8 minutes of intense G-forces, you make it to space. Wow, what a view! As you shift to microgravity, fluids in your legs and the lower part of your body start to flow upward. This is why your face looks swollen. All the blood flow to your brain could give you a headache. You might also feel congested. Okay, after traveling for 3 days, you've now arrived at the International Space Station. Welcome, fellow Earthling. Please make yourself at home. If you're hungry, you'll need to get used to space food. It's mostly packaged and dehydrated meals. But there are some exceptions. You want to try this homemade pizza? Enjoy! Oh, and the water is safe to drink because it goes through a filter, but don't forget your straw. Water floats in big bulbs here. Over 90% of the water gets recycled on the International Space Station. Even your sweat and your urine are treated and reused. Tasty. Other supplies are sent up every few months. You feel tired now. Well, there's no place for a queen-sized bed in the ISS, but there are small sleeping pods for every astronaut. Each pod has a sleeping bag tied to the wall. Sleep well, buddy. Like most astronauts during their first few days in space, you could experience space adaptation syndrome. It could include illusions and a loss of knowledge of your limb position. You could feel dizzy and have an upset stomach as you get used to microgravity. Alright, the dizziness you've been feeling is going away. You're now pretty used to microgravity, but you might notice some gut bacteria changes from all the dehydrated food you've been eating. Within the first few days, your eyeballs will also become squished and swollen. Don't worry, they'll go back to normal after you return to Earth. Because of the lack of gravity, your bones will thin as they no longer need to support the weight of your body, and your muscles will atrophy. So you'll have to stick to mandatory workouts if you want to protect your muscles from weightlessness. After 1 month in orbit, you'd have lost as much bone mass as an older person loses in an entire year. This would increase your risk of a bone fracture in the long term. The space station is 109 meters long, end to end. It's nearly the same size as an American football field. So isolation and confinement would have an impact on your morale and motivation. Your stress hormone levels might increase and your immune system could be altered. This could result in increased susceptibility to allergies or illness. Okay, you've been exposed to space radiation for 7 months now. It's different from the kinds of radiation you can experience on Earth. Unfortunately, you now have a higher possibility of developing cancer. cataracts or heart disease. As you spend more and more time in space, your gene expression may change. Your telomeres, which protect your cell's chromosomes from damage, could start to lengthen. This is likely from sleep disruption and living in microgravity for so long. And these changes could put you at a greater risk of cancer. Okay, after 1 year in space, you'd look physically different. Your collagen production would have decreased due to both living in microgravity and the fluids shifting around in your body. You'd have aged quicker than you would have on Earth. Take a look at the Kelly twins. This is Scott, and this is Mark. They're identical, but slightly different somehow. Can you guess which one spent a year in space? If you guessed Scott, you're correct. Sorry, there's no prize. Now that a year has passed, it's time to come back to Earth. While it might take some time to get used to gravity again, your body would pretty much go back to normal. If space travel becomes more open in the future, you'll need to train and work out seriously to enjoy your time in space. So, what about starting off by eating like a professional athlete? Alright, we'll see what that challenge brings on another episode of Your Body On.